Hello everyone, I'm DanTheMan, and for this review, I'm going to be reviewing a new comic for a change. The recently released first issue of Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey from DC's Black Label imprint. Given its release and the cast of heroes featured in this book, I think it's obvious this book was meant to cash in on what they thought would be the huge success of the Birds of Prey movie. And yes, I know that's not the full title of the movie, but by the time I post this video, the movie might change its name a couple more times, so we'll just go with the Birds of Prey movie. Given the movie sadly didn't do well, which is a shame as I really enjoyed it, as my review will attest, but given that it didn't do anywhere near the numbers DC and Warner Brothers had to be expecting, I'm thinking that a lot of readers might have passed on this comic miniseries, but if they did, it's their loss, as this is a great Harley Quinn book. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey was written by the writing duo of Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner, the pair who has written nearly 100 issues of various Harley Quinn comics. In fact, if they haven't hit 100 issues yet, they definitely will once this miniseries is done. And they're easily the most prolific Harley Quinn writers, save creators Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, and with good reason. Their run on Harley Quinn, which ran from the first issue of her New 52 series all the way up to issue 34 of her Rebirth series, as well as a plethora of specials and miniseries. Their run is what truly turned me into a Harley Quinn fan. I mean, I enjoyed her in Batman the Animated Series and the occasional Harley Quinn story I came across before then, but it was their take on the character, with the dark humor and adult edge, that really turned me into a bona fide Harley Quinn fan. And with Black Label, a mature reader's imprint, those two are truly in their element. Like all Black Label books, this series is not part of the main DC continuity, but it very much has the look and feel of their Harley Quinn run, just amped up to 11. From the supporting cast of colorful characters that graced Harley Quinn during Palmiotti and Conner's run include Red Tool, the Gang of Harleys, Big Tony, and Power Girl, to the setting and storylines, this truly feels the beginning of the book like an unpublished issue of their Harley Quinn run. Or rather, an unpublished issue with swear words, even more directly raunchy humor than their more subtle approach they had in the main line, to even more graphic violence. Although, to be fair, it was pretty graphic even in their main run. But this time, even more of that. The story starts out with Harley moping as she relates to Power Girl, at least when she isn't hitting on her, much less subtly than she usually does because, well, Black Label, and she tells him the current crap show her life is after her and Poison Ivy took a break and her less than scrupulous mortgage company came to collect on some late payments. And as Harley has to explain to Power Girl, they're looking for more than a penalty payment. All of this leads to Harley's building manager Big Tony, one of the many great characters from Harley's New 52 and early Rebirth run that's been sadly overlooked by later writers, gets a nasty beatdown. But if we know Harley, and good chance anyone watching this video does, she will not be taking that lying down. And in doing so, will find herself once more at Gotham City and in direct collision with the Birds of Prey. As you might notice from my rundown, the birds do not appear much in this issue. This is the first chapter, and serves mostly as a setup, so the Birds of Prey do not appear much this issue, as most of what we do see is the Huntress, and Black Canary, aside from the cover, is nowhere to be seen in this issue. Palmiotti and Conner obviously took the opportunity to play in their old sandbox and give the setting and characters they had so much fun with for years another run. As such, this truly does feel like a Harley Quinn comic, but it's clear from the ending, at least for now, the real team up between Harley and the Birds will begin next issue. Although we did get a great fight scene of Harley and the Huntress working together, and that's not nothing. As I stated before, this book is not set in the main DC universe. Some people might take that in mind when they see Cassandra Cain on the cover, but her clothing aside, this is a much more accurate version to the main continuity of Cassandra Cain. It's not the take we got in the Birds of Prey movie. It would also seem Batwoman or Oracle will not be in the book, at least if the cover of the first issue is any indication, and it's likely to further tie it to the movie. I honestly have no problem with this choice. Sure, some Birds of Prey fans will not like that Batwoman got shunned here, just like in the movie, and given this is not in the movie's continuity, it's not like they couldn't just go ahead and add her into the comic book. But one problem DC, and for that matter Marvel, have had with their movies coming out is it does create interest in the comic books, but then new fans go to buy the books at their local comic shop and are greeted to an often very different take on the character than the one they were introduced to in the movie. So from a marketing standpoint, it made perfect sense to put out a comic book, R-rated like the movie, that would closer align to what fans saw in the movie. And since it's not part of the main continuity, it isn't at the expense of the current storylines. As I said, the one downside is that the movie did not do great, although the majority that saw it did seem to like it. So not sure how many are going to end up inspired to buy this comic because of the movie, especially given that Cassandra Cain on the cover, who again, inside the book is more accurate to the Cassandra we know and love, but if you look at the cover, you'd expect her to be more like the movie, and fans of the comics would not consider that a good thing, as most pre-existing fans of Cassandra Cain understandably did not like how she was portrayed in the movie. But how is the book itself? Pretty good. As I said, this was more setup and a chance to see Harley Quinn as she was during the writer's original run, so it does not give us a huge look at what the rest of the series will be like. But as the first chapter goes, it's a good one. Harley is Harley, and that's alright by me. Huntress is well written, when her interactions with Harley are hilarious, and it definitely led to me wanting to see where the story would go next. On top of that, the artwork by Amanda Conner, which is a rarity as she seldom does the artwork for full issues of comics these days, but it's beautiful. I'm a huge fan of her style of artwork, and knowing she was doing the artwork for this book is one of the main reasons I went out and bought it the day it came out. All in all, this is a fun book that should be appealing to both fans of the Harley Quinn comics, especially Conner and Palmiotti's run, fans of the more violent adult animated series, and fans of the Birds of Prey movie. Should all enjoy this. I'll be reviewing the rest of this series as it comes out, and I'll try to get the future reviews out closer to when the book is released. So if you like this review and want to stay caught up with future reviews of this series, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. And while you're there, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, as it really helps this very small-time YouTuber out. And be sure to check out some of my other Harley Quinn related videos right here. I'm Dan the Man, and I'll see you next time.